Hey guys, I'm Amber McCarley, and I'm doing my book club presentation over Gang Leader for a Day. Gang Leader for a Day was the real life experiences of a graduate student that was studying poverty and underground economy in a Chicago housing project during the 1990s. For the vulnerable population in this group, it was the poor black residents of Chicago's South Side in the 1990s, residents in urban poverty that were associated with gang life. For some of the health disparities of this group, I've listed poverty, violence, housing insecurity, gang activity, drug abuse, and systemic neglect. Some health promotions that I thought would be best just from personal nursing and my practice setting is safe housing, mentoring, and drug and alcohol rehabilitation. Some of the implications for this book and learning material for new nurses would be learning how to advocate for patients facing complex social challenges and recognizing how issues outside the hospital can impact patient outcomes. For implications of this book for learning material on veteran nurses, reevaluating the importance of mentorship and patient education in complex communities, along with practicing adaptability in situations that may require patience and empathy. Some of the things that surprised me in this book were just how much of an impact the systemic neglect had on poor communities, along with the roles of the gang and how they come into play within their infrastructure. In this book specifically, one of the big things was he got to be a gang leader for a day, so he was able to see how the previous gang leader deals with his day-to-day operations, and that there's definitely lots of different tiers to the gang and what all they are dealing with on a day-to-day basis. Key takeaways that I got from this book was police and government officials that are associated with the poor black community in the book, just kind of how much they are or are not involved, along with the gang infrastructure that I kind of talked about in the previous slide. My mood throughout this book was surprised with the somewhat organized infrastructure that goes into gangs, specifically the Black Kings. And honestly, I feel like I was pretty interested throughout most of the book and learning about what the author went through personally for his time with this gang. Questions that I took away from the book. What are differences that would exist if the population were a poor white gang affiliated community? What would that look like? What kind of infrastructure would that have? What would the kind of police and local government officials, how would their roles be with this kind of community? And then my other question was, are there any advantages or disadvantages to being in an urban area as opposed to a rural one? Are the same things going to be happening? Are there going to be differences? What really kind of makes these urban communities the way they are as opposed to more of a rural community? And here's my reference page on Gang Leader for a Day.